Okay, it is a foggy morning on August 31st, 2014, and I'm going to review the yard so I can remember what I've done. Okay, well, I'll start here. So I moved some of the sajuga along this path and did that in like July, and then I think I moved these lambs here a couple times. I gathered some seeds also, and they're in the freezer. I may try to grow them from seed, and I moved this Veronica to here. Hello, Edie. And I've got some, I dug up all the irises. They were all in this flower bed, big time. There were something about, like, there must have been at least 400 of them. They had gotten a disease, I think it's called the leaf spot disease. And these had it too, but I just ended up cutting them and leaving them in the ground because I was tired. And got the sedum that's about to turn pink. My tiger lilies, I think they had aphids on them, and they look really bad right now. I cut them back a couple days ago. There's still ants crawling all over them. And, okay, so what else have I done? So yesterday, it rained last night, but yesterday I dropped some likeness seeds in this spot right here. And this sprung up. I'm not really sure what that is. It looks zinnia or sunflower-ish. And there's the hands that I made. Broke a finger off. Here's the ant pile that I dug up and poured borax on. And this little guy is the only seed that germinated of the, what's it called? Mountain Bluette Bachelor's Button. It's a perennial bachelor's button. I'm really excited about this little guy because he's so beautiful, and they made a wreath out of him for King Tut, and it was really pretty. So, and it's supposed to self-seed, so hopefully I'll get some more out of there eventually. Got this on him so that nobody comes along and eats him. And there's the chicken who follows me around this. Anytime I lean down, she thinks she's getting fed. Alright, so we still got some daylilies. And I pulled a lot of this bee balm Monarda up because it's from the mint family, so it was getting really invasive. Oh, another thing I'm going to do. So I'm getting little seed pods on these butterfly weeds. And they've also got aphids or something. I've been hosing them down with insecticidal soap and neem oil, but I can't seem to get rid of them. But hopefully. Okay, so irises, what else? Oh, and this was the year that I repurposed a bunch of junk out of the basement and spray painted it. So there's some old furniture. These guys are actually going to bloom. I don't know how that happened. I don't even remember what color this is. I think I'm going to put some coneflower here. And I've been pulling coneflower seed out of all the seed heads that I've been collecting, and I've been throwing the chaff, whatever it's called, in like right along here behind the frogs. So it'll be interesting to see if any of that comes up. And this guy's about to bloom, and you're still following me around. And so these are the frogs I inherited from Kathy, and they were spray painted. A little help from my friends. Daughters, nieces, stuff like that. And then here's some of the hypertufa pots that I was making earlier this year. Another set of hands that fell apart. Pot that I painted. This stuff is going crazy, ajuga. And that stuff's growing really well. Just really filling in that side. Earlier in the year, I dug up this spirea plant, this bush. Last night before it rained, I planted some, what I think were blanket flower, Gaillardia seeds here. So those might come up. Here's another spot where I had a bunch of irises that I dug up, and some more tiger lilies that had aphids on them. I moved this coneflower to this spot earlier this year so they'd have more sun, and they seem to really like it here. As a matter of fact, we got one blooming. Let's see if I can come around and get the color for you, because it's really pretty. I love coneflower. Yeah, the camera just doesn't do it justice. It's a really nice purple. Red hot poker. I also tried to dig them up and split them because they looked like that might be what they could use, and I put one over in the flower bed over there, so that'll be interesting to see what happens. And this is called Helenium, and I think I bought this at Scottsdale Farms at the discount table for like $2, and it's doing really well. It just had some like icky on it, and I broke that part off, and it seems to have gotten a lot fuller, and I like that stuff. So, of course, more daylilies, and a little bit more bee balm, and this one's awesome. This is called Red Riding Hood Beard Tongue Penstemon, and I bought it at the discount table for $2 at Scottsdale Farms, and it was looking really rough, and then just last week it started to bloom, and I'm so excited because I also have 2 different other varieties of penstemon seeds that I think I'm going to put in this hole. I'll of course have to fill it up with some more dirt, but it's not time to put them in yet. So I've also moved some of the irises that have just come up randomly after digging up what I thought I dug up all the irises, but obviously I didn't, because more have been coming up in the bed, and I've been putting them over here. And let's see, I moved this guy, Canna Lily, earlier this year, and it just started blooming, so that's exciting. And then of course there's the butterfly bush, which I'll need to cut back. And then this is one of those adventures that we've had, digging up stuff on the side of the road. Oh yeah, that's the trash from all the projects earlier this year that Alan's going to clean up for me tomorrow. But this was one of those guys, I forget what it's called right now, that we got on the side of the road, and it's going to get huge. Like, it'll probably be taller than the roof eventually, because I've done this before, dug up one from the side of the road, and that's what they do, and I love them. I think they're so pretty. Look at that, that's crazy. And then of course the tree I cannot get rid of. I mean, I've pulled it up so many times. I give up. I need to get something else that'll be more invasive and throw it in here. Maybe some of that yellow flag iris or something. Good morning. You're pretty. So then, and of course I've got the Coreopsis that is doing well and big and falling over. So I don't know what to do about that. And then in here, this is bee balm, but I've also got Rudbeckia, which I tried to grow some of the little seedlings, and I didn't do what they said, which was, you know, direct sow it. So these were kind of like transplanted in, and some of them have gotten eaten. I really can't really see that much of anything is growing. But anyway, this is Russian sage. I bought it at Scottsdale Farms for $2. And you should smell it. It's got the most wonderful smell ever. Nice. Let's see. So back here, red hot poker. And then back here, I transplanted that yarrow that came out of the ant bed from up front. Moved it over here, so hopefully it'll come back next year. I'm sure it will. And this is a prize. I had planted some Joe Pye weed. I've always wanted some of this stuff, and it didn't germinate. I was very disappointed, and I thought, well, shoot, there's probably some of that in the backyard. So I walked about a half mile out to the creek. Sure enough, there he was. sitting in a swampy spot in the sun, so I dug him up and brought some of his dirt back with him. He's beautiful. Here, oh, he will be. Anyway, you'll see. So, oh, almost forgot. This is wonderful. Another $2 purchase at Scottsdale Farms on the discount table. This, I'm telling you, was like this big a month ago. I mean, I know I bought this in July because I would have used my Daisy dollars. And it has, 1, 2, 3, it has gotten like 5 times bigger. And I'm not sure what the variety that might, it kind of looks like what they call hot lips. I don't know. It's beautiful. I love it. Alright, moving on. I almost forgot Sucusha. Claudia gave me that and I rooted it. It ought to look better next year. Okay, so over here were some more irises that I dug up. The sedum was sitting in the back over there closer to the house, and I moved it up front. That's why it's so leggy. It'll look better next year, but it's about to turn pink, and I haven't done anything with this spot. And let's see, so I made room, and the daylilies are spreading out. Yellow flag iris likes the spot in the wet. I moved some of these canna lilies up here. I might move some more. Becky Shasta daisy wasn't as pretty as it was last year. Less rain, maybe. Some more inherited frogs. And Kathy. This is where the bee balm was. Pulled up some of that. This is where a bunch of irises were, and I pulled them up. I've actually got one of those little transplanted Rudbeckias growing here. And a bunch of weeds, and then some more of that Cleome. And then this guy, which I've got to remember to get the seeds for this thing. It's like a tick seed. Coreopsis. Here's a bunch of the canna lilies. Some of which have bloomed and look like they're about to. And all these empty spots were all filled with irises last year, or earlier this year. And here is the herb garden. Wait, let me show you what this looks like. This is a repurposed grill. Some more the hoarding we had in the basement. And here I'm growing Genovese basil. And this is dill. Can you see that? Hard to see that. And then here is just a couple of, looks like, I think this must be the sage. We got a couple of those. It's called, I can't read it anymore. Probably have the package somewhere. Anyway, I was most excited about the dill because my friend Dorothy has some of that and it's so pretty. I don't even know that I'll ever use it. And this, I believe, is Florida chard. So that'll be fun to watch. More sedum. More really bad looking tiger lilies. The chickens have been hanging out over here. I let them out for the noise earlier this year. You're still following me. Oh, we had a Rudbeckia in here just yesterday. I don't know. I don't think this pot wants to grow anything. But I do have some of the Rudbeckia growing in here. Just a couple of the little bitty seedlings that look like they might actually do okay. Of course, it's not all of the ones I put in here, but any little bit will do, yeah. That is a red coneflower that I purchased at Scottsdale Farms with some Daisy dollars. And another purple coneflower. And here's the chair that Julia painted. I really wanted to fix this and put these around it. I may get to that eventually. And in here I've got something called a Julia coneflower. It's a really pretty color. These are faded. And then I moved some, I think that was the yellow coneflower I moved into here. And then I'm also growing little painted daisies in here. Some of those germinated from the seeds. And I've stuck them down in there. And then I also have the purple colored Monarda bee balm that I picked up a little bit from my mom. She thinks I gave it to her originally. I don't remember. But look, it's got new growth on it. That's a good sign. Another seed project. This is the lupine, which, gosh, it actually looks a lot happier than it did a couple of days ago. I threw some sand on it because I found a slug somewhere else, and I read that putting sand in here would discourage slugs. So this is exciting to see these guys look like this. The houseplant collection. I kind of went crazy this year with the houseplants. I killed one of these earlier in the summer, so this one, you know, then I read about it. It's amazing what you can do with a plant when you know how to take care of it. So I've repotted him and put some rocks up here because that's what he likes better. It's called an umbrella tree. And then there's the ponytail palm, which has just gone crazy this summer. And then the, gosh, I always forget the name of this thing, pothos. And I've started to train it to go around the little bike here. I love this. This is fun. And of course, I don't remember the names of all these guys. Oh, you look like you're thirsty. And then, I'm proud of how this turned out. Just some shade plant stuff, ivy, and the wandering Jew. I got some from my mom. I think those look really pretty together. This is another Scottsdale Farm purchase with Daisy Dollars. I think this is, hold on, I know, Solomon's Seal, is that right? Or Jacob's Ladder? Jacob's Ladder. It's variegated. She's really thirsty all the time. I just put her in the ground. I had her in a basket, but that wasn't doing too well. Another inherited frog. And then this guy is another Scottsdale Farms purchase, St. John's wort. She's really doing well, and she's pretty. And Mama C gave me this too. It's I think they're called autumn fern. And of course the what are these called? Toad lilies. And I have not seen blooms on these things in years. I've been moving them around, so I'm not sure what the deal is with those. And this is that beautiful deep pink azalea that Nanny had, and I'm trying to root some of it right now. So, no, it's not a toilet. It's a blue chair. And actually this, I'm going to put lavender in this. Got some seeds, and I'm going to put some blue lavender in this one. I think I'll put the pink in here and the blue in there. But it's not time for that yet. So here it sits, empty, looking like a toilet. And here is my beautiful Japanese lace leaf maple. It's just recently turned green. Gosh, the thing's getting big. Okay, here are those Iris reticulata, and gosh, this looks like a project right here because these look like they're ready to be split, don't they? I think that may be what I do today, if it's not raining. And this is fun. This is lickness, whatever it's called. Just germinated from seed. One of my favorite flowers, really. Here's some more hypertufo pots with my little hens and chicks. I'm calling this hippie chicks. These are actually growing. It's really kind of fun. finally figured out how to grow hens and chicks. The way you grow hens and chicks is you ignore them. The sunflower seed heads will drop the seeds into the bag, hopefully, and this will keep the birds off of them until they're ready to drop. So these are some of the only irises that, I don't know, I mean, it looks like they might have that leaf spot disease, but they look healthy enough, so I just left them alone. Chickens have been rummaging around in them. Some more repurposed garden stuff, and house plants, whose name I can't remember. Some sedum. And this wonderful, what's it called, an arbor, Alan got for me for my birthday for $20 off of someone, which is really exciting because this is metal. I mean, you couldn't purchase one of these for $20 anywhere nowadays. And someday, when we're settled into some place where I can grow a vine up it, I look forward to doing so. In the meantime, I stopped on the side of the road and we dug up a cross vine that was growing out of gravel on the side of the road, and I stuck it in the ground, and then it all died back, and I was like, oh, I've lost it, it's not going to grow, or whatever. And then just recently I saw this new growth on it, so I think it might actually work. It's the cross vine, like a trumpet vine. So that's exciting. A little hosta that needs to be moved to the hosta groupings. Yeah, privet hedge, can't get rid of it, given up. There's a spirea back there, which is really a shame. I just can't even get to it because of this privet hedge. Look at the root on this thing. Huge. I mean, just huge root balls. And I don't know how much of that is spirea and how much of it is privet hedge. So I ain't touching it. Let's see. So there's the bush that Laura gave me, whose name I forget, but it's still pretty. And there's what is left of the lichnis. Doesn't look too good after it's done blooming and everything, but it does look like they've got some new growth on it, and it's got that pretty pink, so next year it'll be beautiful. And these are, oh my gosh, someone has been rummaging around in here. Oh, God. Oh man, that makes me mad. Jerks. Something's been rummaging around in there and eating seeds. How dare they? Anyway, looks like they've taken one of my delphiniums. Oh wait, there he is. Wonder what on earth they were looking for. I wonder if it was the chickens. Ugh, so annoying. The chickens gotta go. Okay. No one's really pathetic looking. This one's probably the best looking one. I'll show you. Delphinium! You're so pretty. Grow, baby, grow. I really hope I get some of that stuff. All in there. Looking good, looking good. And then there's more hens and chicks. And my little treasure box, my repurposed cookie tin. More hens and chicks, hens and chicks. So pretty. I moved the hostas over here this year. Poor things, I've been moving them around and moving them around. And here's the hydrangea that I rooted. I just recently put it in the ground. I think it's going to like that spot. And the tire that we got out of the basement. I can't figure out what to plant in it, but I was intending to use it as a planter. So just recently I've also thrown some hosta seed and some lichnis seed in here. So I don't know if we'll ever see any of that, but more hens and chicks. So pretty. I love these guys. And then I moved my foxglove, which just didn't ever really look like it was happy, into this big hypertufa potter I made, along with the columbine that I managed to germinate from seed. That seems to be doing really well. Ooh, so does that one. They're getting bigger. That's exciting. Here's another little crafty project I did this year, surprising myself and many others. I know it doesn't look very good, but I just thought I'd give it a try. I put some sedum in there, and I don't know, it'd be cool if I could grow hens and chicks in there. We'll see. Now off to the garden spot. I guess I can start with what I didn't intend to grow, which is morning glory. More morning glory than you've ever had the glory to see before. In all different colors. Blues and light blues and whites and pinks and purples. It's just crazy. And the worst part of this is that this is where I planted all of those irises that I cut back, you know, broke off the rhizomes on. And I mean, it is just, in 1 month's time, the morning glory has taken it over. God, what a mess. I'm really hoping the irises are going to be able to bust through this. What else have I got? Over here, Ellen bought me this plant. It's an annual, and it's called a shrimp plant. But it may also be called something else. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. And it was happy for a while. Kind of cool looking. And here is some rudbeckia that I planted that's doing better than any of the others. Gosh, that one looks like it's going to bloom even. Look at that. That is awesome. There's a good bit of it in here. Of course, you know, it's in this part of the yard, so it's just weedy as heck. But it looks like I'm going to get some little flowers out of here. Man, that's exciting. Especially considering all of the rudbeckia that I killed. Yeah, when they say direct sow, that's really what you should do. That's what I did with these. These were direct sown. It took them a little while longer to come up, but they're healthier, obviously better off. So here's some zinnia that we grew. I'm collecting the seeds off of these. I love zinnia. I've also got some green zinnia that I'm going to grow next year, which I'm excited about. And then we had huge sunflowers. I've already cut some of the heads off of them to start collecting the seeds. And ooh, this bag's all wet now. No seeds in the bottom of it. That's a bummer. Trying to collect seeds. A big weed. More spray paint fun. Color-coded box. This for strawberries. There's the top of that grill that I repurposed. There's a huge ant bed in there, and that's why the weed is still there, because I'm not about to pull that up without gloves on. And strawberries look a lot happier over here in this black cow compost than they did over in the section where I have the sunflowers. Now, got some sweet potato growing. And is this a sweet potato? It is. That is not morning glory. That is sweet potato. So I'll have to look, but I think that means we might have sweet potatoes soon. You can see it's very much sprawling. So over here, this is where the Mexican bean beetle hell was earlier this year. I've yanked out those lima bean plants. Oh, that's them over there on the ground, the dead stuff. And still got peppers in here. I've pulled a couple of peppers off already. Here's another one coming. Really big, but no fruit. Wimpy. So instead, I put some rudbeckia in here. And look, she doesn't like it either. A bunch of them are gone already. Man. And here's all I've got left of carrots. And then I had, just the other day, I put in like some lettuce. A salad bowl mix is what it was called. And yeah, nothing's happening yet. It's not supposed to be. Not yet. I mean, here's all the irises that I put in pots. I figure I might sell them for like $3 to $5 a piece if they get big and pretty, which we'd be looking at like a $300 profit. I like it. And here's some okra. Oops. Time to get some okra. Ready. I've been collecting off of this all summer. Just enough for the two of us. Not enough to feed the whole county like last year. Of course we had corn too. Not a lot, but you know, enough. It was good. And I really like this, the way we crowded everything in. Just made it so much easier. Fewer weeds, just less hassle. We had a ton of tomatoes. The tomatoes did wonderfully. And they're really crowded in here too. With sunflowers, which had huge heads on them, and again, I've been cutting those off. And here's the other chicken. We had 3. The other one decided to cross the road. I'm not sure why, but she didn't make it to the other side. More okra. More okra. Also put some Rudbeckia seeds in here. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. Which really stinks. And then this lima bean plant. Now this one did wonderfully. I mean, huge, big, yummy limas all like for the last 2 months. And it's done.